Hello, YouTube. This is the Birdman. I just kind of decided I'd just make some videos because, why not? So, guess this will just be a start of some videos I'm going to start making. Uh, I think I'm just going to start with some That Happened stories. So, let's go ahead and get started. Alright. In 7th grade, I would finish my homework so quickly that I got bored, so I wrote a 211-page novel in 2 weeks. I gave it to my English teacher, and not only did he give me extra credit, he assigned the book for all his classes to read. This is just like normal high school experience for everyone. Who didn't have an English teacher that just assigned students to read a book that some kid wrote in 2 weeks? Honestly, also, who hasn't even wrote a book in 2 weeks? That's just normal for everyone. Although seriously, honestly, the extra credit, I could maybe believe that. English teacher being like, "Oh yeah, you wrote a book," and honestly, if it's also more than 2 weeks, maybe that'd make more sense because the book would probably not have as many spelling errors or plot holes or anything. Because I'm about guaranteed that book would if it's wrote in 2 weeks. But yeah, if you spent a long time, maybe the English should be like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, this book's not bad. I'll give you extra credit for it." Or just honestly, most likely, okay, yeah, I'll take it home with me. I'll look it over, see what all needs to be fixed and everything. Then I'll get back to you. Anyways, on to the next story. I had a friend who had a very large mastiff. I was going to walk up to the corner to get Chinese food from a little hole-in-the-wall Chinese food place. Okay, pause the story right here. Just so everyone knows, if you really want to get really good food, go to the little hole-in-the-wall restaurants. They are some of the best places ever. I promise you that. Well, maybe I shouldn't promise that because sometimes they might not be, but in my experience, the best food comes from the hole-in-the-wall restaurants. Hole-in-the-wall. All right, back to the story. She asked me to walk the dog up there so he could get some exercise into the Chinese food store. Is it a store or a restaurant? Anyways, with this gigantic dog, and all the employees ran screaming into the kitchen. One of them screamed, "Just take money, go!" Needless to say, I was kind of confused. I said I was just there to pick up food. Gradually, they came out of the kitchen like the munchkins after the wicked witch was dead. They explained to me that robbers would terrorize staff with nasty dogs and take the money from the register. Somebody came up and offered the dog a chicken ball, and of course the rest is history. Well, Miss History for you, what happened? I need the end of the story. Come on. Somewhere I have a picture of this majestic beast, but I can't find it at the moment. First of all, who goes into a store to rob a store with a dog? Because I want to meet that person because I respect that person. That takes some dedication to do. But also, what is a chicken ball? A ball made out of chicken? Did someone just randomly have a bunch of chicken? They just smush it up into a ball and just here, doggo, have chicken. And honestly, the rest is history. I need to know the rest of the story. Did you get the food for free? Because, honestly, that happened. They got this food for free. It happens in every story. They had to get it for free. That story was just a little off the rails for me. I just really want to know what happened. What the rest was history. What all happened? Did the dog attack everyone? We'll never know because it's history. On to the next story. Funny story about this. I was yo-yoing at a party. Is yo-yoing a word? Anyways, and a group of people formed around me, and some girl looked at me dead in the eyes and whipped out a yo-yo. She just had a yo-yo on him because she was at her house that day before the party. I just know there's gonna be a master yo-yoer there. God, now I'm doing it. There's gonna be a master yo-yoer there, and they're gonna try to show me up. So I'm gonna bring this yo-yo, and I'm gonna show them up. I'm gonna do the most awesome trick ever. Where was I? We spent the next 10 minutes one-upping each other with our tricks. The entire party came to watch. I then did something crazy. I did a trick I'd never done before. Look up circular Eli hops. That's what I did, and the whole house roared, and I won. Then me and her got talking, and we have been dating for 2 months now. Oh yeah. Honestly, this just feels like a really bad, romantic movie. Like, you know the kind that in movies where that douchey guy is always like chick flicks and stuff like this? This feels like the chick flick that douchey guy is talking about. Because this feels just like a really, really bad romantic movie. And also, the house roared. Don't you mean the people roared? Or was your trick just so amazing, like the house itself was just like, yeah! Honestly, at that point, I'd be more amazed that the house is yelling than anything else, really. Let's see, on to the next story. Alright, updated their profile. My 4-year-old took this candid while I was getting ready earlier. I have nothing to dispute here. I mean, this is normal for everyone, right? Everybody just goes around posing. I mean, I know I do. Everywhere I go, people are constantly taking pictures of me because everywhere I go, I'm just posing. I can't walk down the street without just making a pose. It's a curse, really, but I do it. So, yeah, that totally happened, obviously. Okay. Do you feel this is fair? Best layoff letter. Wait. So the CEO put best layoff letter? Yeah, you know it's a real official letter when the CEO himself is saying that it's the best layoff letter. Dear employees, as the CEO of this organization, I have resigned myself to the fact that Joe Biden is our president, and that our taxes and government fees will increase in a big way. To compensate for these increases, our prices would have to increase by about 10%. But since we cannot increase our prices right now due to the dismal state of our economy, instead, this has really been bothering me since I believe we are family here, and I didn't know how to choose who would have to go. So this is what I did. I walked for our parking lots and found 60 Biden-Harris bumper stickers on our employees' cars. Decided these folks would be the ones to let go. I can't think of a more fair way to approach this problem. They voted for change. I gave it to them. I will see the rest of you at the annual company picnic. Wink. Seems legit to me. Okay, first of all, let's start off with the fact that no company's going to fire people because they have to increase their prices 10%. They're just going to increase the prices 10%. I mean, I feel like we are a family. Yeah, they just added that in because they knew that would make it seem more official. Because think about it. If you work for a big company, think about another company. Think about any business letters you've ever gotten or anything. They are almost always going to say, we are a family, or something akin to that. And then to imagine the CEO of the entire organization just went into their parking lot, walked around their parking lot looking for Biden-Harris stickers to find? Isn't that some type of discrimination? I feel like it is. I mean, I'm not 100% certain on these types of things, but I'm pretty sure that could be labeled as discrimination. Okay, moving on from that. I'm honestly not sure what this is. I imagine it's something to do with maybe Usain Bolt broke his record or something. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Usain Bolt, I'll be honest. I know he's the fastest man alive, but I'm not even sure what his time at the Olympics was because I've never been a big fan of watching the Olympics. Alright, 155. This is very impressive. Back in high school during track practice, I did a 9.36 100 meters, so please do not say Bolt is the fastest man alive, because you have not been seen every single 7.7 billion people run 100 meters, but nonetheless, Bolt was very fast. Oh boy. I'm not sure what's worse though, to be honest. This comment, or the fact that phone is almost dead. But anyways, a 9.36 100 meter. Like, when I was in high school, we had to do a mile, and that was 12 minutes. So I imagine 9.36 seconds and 100 meters. That's insanely fast. And there's no way. I mean, honestly though, if you can run that fast, just go ahead and go to the Olympics. Just run for the Olympics, people. And I'm sure they'll just see you run. Just go ahead and tell everybody, all right, Olympics are over for the rest of our lives. This is the fastest person that will ever exist. No more. He gets all the gold medals, silver medals, and copper medals. Wait, is it copper or bronze? I think it's bronze. Gold, silver, and bronze medals. Yep. So, Olympics are over. No one else ever has to compete anymore. This is the peak of human athleticism? Yeah, athleticism. Nobody else will be better. On to the next and last story. Let the story begin. Oh, you know it's going to be a spicy one when we start with Let the Story Begin. Alright, let's see where the story takes us. I was on a date with my girlfriend in Chinatown because I am part Chinese and she wanted to try. Wanted to try what? Wanted to try a date in Chinatown or wanted to try Chinese food? I'm very confused by that. I guess they meant wanted to try Chinese food because of the story. We entered a restaurant and ordered our food. Enter the entitlement. EM and CK barge into the shop, and EM begins glaring around the room. She finds me and girlfriend chatting and comes over. Oh boy. Pardon me, but can we take some chairs? Take some chairs where? You haven't even sat down. They just run into the stop, look around, find these two people just like, we want your chairs. We were on a table for 4, and I, of course, said yes. CK noticing my girlfriend. You look very pretty. Thank you. Looking at me. You're lucky being with someone so beautiful. Was he entitled? Was the kid a neckbeard? Or a nice guy? Thanks. Anyways, it was nice meeting you. Bye. Sorry, bye. I forgot this is supposed to be a guy's voice. Walks away and EM glares at him before coming to us. EM to girlfriend. Would you mind dating my son? Pardon? Raising her voice. Date my son! No, I am here with OP. Well, she didn't ask who you were there with. She asked you to date her son. I mean, that's a perfectly reasonable request, everyone. You know, you're there with your significant other, which I'm assuming you probably love at this point. But then a woman comes in, looks at you, and tells you to date her son? The obvious answer is to date her son. I mean, that's just physics 101. Some people, I swear. Alright, well, I guess that was my first ever Reddit video. I think about trying to do some of these videos, but I always wanted to. I just didn't really know where to start, so now I'm going to try. I guess just let me know how I did, what I can improve. I'm sure there's a lot I can improve, but yeah, I'm going to try making some of these. I've always enjoyed them, so might as well try some. Well, I guess this is the Birdman signing out. Goodbye, everyone.